Hey guys, welcome back to XiaLand. Today I'm reviewing Boogie Nights. It was my first time seeing it, and Bryan Johnson, being the gem of a human he is, was like, I need to do this review with you. Can I play it? I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Yes. So Bryan Johnson is joining us today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Zia. It's good to be here.
Yay.
To talk one of my favorite movies of all time.
I'm so excited.
I love Boogie Nights.
Okay, and you've seen it how many times over the years?
I would say probably 10. I've
Okay.
probably seen it about 10 times.
All right, that's a good amount of times.
Yeah. We, as a matter of fact, my wife, Mary Beth, and I, we did a dance at our wedding that was the dance on that Mark Wahlberg and John C. Reilly do. That that weird dance where they're like
Yeah. Doing
You
the
know.
and then they do the little thing. You
Yeah.
guys did that dance at your wedding?
yeah, we did that dance at our wedding.
That's
That was our first
adorable.
dance, yes.
Mary Beth is here. She's over on the other side of the room, and she said that was their first dance. That's so cute. Oh my God. All right. Well, I liked that part. That part was good. John C. Reilly. This was the most I didn't realize. Everybody just said, "Oh, it's a great movie. It's a great movie," and it's one of those ones I just never watched. And I didn't realize that everyone is in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Like literally everyone. John C. Reilly. I don't think I've ever seen him that young or thin.
Yeah, he looks good.
Don Cheadle looks exactly the same, though. Heather Graham also looks exactly the same. She's like aging like fine wine, that woman.
That's what I said to Mary Beth last night. I was
So
like,
good.
I saw a picture of her recently, and I'm like, it could be 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It could be 10 years ago. She just doesn't age.
No, she looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
She's like 56 or something like that. It's freaking crazy.
Yeah, I'm 55,
55. Okay, yeah.
so
It's
I don't know. Do I look as good as Heather Graham, do you think?
I think so.
Oh, thank you.
You have good skin. the beard might throw it off a little
Right,
bit, the Snow White beard, but your skin is very nice.
I don't have bad skin for a 55-year-old guy.
No,
It's okay.
you have great skin. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And I was a lifeguard, too. So.
Okay, I was about to say, you can tell you stay out of the sun.
No, I don't.
You
though.
don't stay out
I
of the
did not
sun.
stay out of the sun.
See, this is bullshit. Guys age like this, and girls are over here like, I need to get Botox. I'm reaching the ripe old age of 28.
She's not even fucking around. She was literally just talking about that moments before we went live.
I took a picture and I was like, it's time for Botox. But that's what being a woman is. Julianne Moore also looks pretty much the same.
She does.
She does. She
Yeah.
also looks really good. Burt Reynolds. I don't think I've ever seen a Burt Reynolds movie. Is that weird?
Yeah, you never seen like Cannonball Run
Nope.
or Smokey and the Bandit?
Nope.
Or Deliverance?
Nope.
We have so many movies to watch.
Oh my God, this is gonna become a weekly thing.
This is what I love about having a young wife. It's like she hasn't seen so much TV and movies from the 70s that it gives me a chance to go back and rewatch all the shit that I really love.
Like Little House on the Prairie.
Like Little House on the Prairie. We're currently watching Welcome Back, Kotter.
Okay, Nick has told me about that. Nick also is a fan of like older shows and sitcoms. So we watched, what was the one with Tony Danza? Say, Who's the Boss? We watched a couple of seasons of Who's the Boss.
Oh, with Alyssa Milano?
Yeah.
Judith Light. Yeah.
That was a fun movie, or show rather. Sorry, movie, whatever. Show, excuse me. But yeah, this movie is like crazy star-studded. Who else is in it? We got Mark Wahlberg, obviously.
Luis Guzman.
Luis
You
Guzman.
have,
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Thomas Jane, who plays, what's his name? Todd Parker. Yeah.
I met Thomas Jane. I waited on him in LA.
Oh, did you?
He was
He's
super
awesome.
nice.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Definitely, possibly on something, or just really, really hyper, but super nice. He was he was like talking a million miles an hour, but he was like the nicest guy in the world.
Oh, one of my favorite scenes in the movie, Alfred Molina.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what Nick was saying. So we're watching this movie and he's like, we're getting closer and closer to my favorite scene in the movie. And it was the one with Alfred Molina, and I get it. So Chip has actually, Brian's very familiar. Wait, we have to thank Backhand. Sorry, my brain's all over the place. Backhand for the super chat. Backhand, thank you so much for the super chat. You were awesome. And someone said that Jenna's looking a little rough. I think I saw in the chat. And that made me giggle. But yeah, so what were we talking about? Oh, that scene with Chip has literally talked about that, and I didn't get it until now because he was talking about some Chinese guy named Cosmo throwing firecrackers in the corner and by the fireplace for like hours, and I was like, I don't understand what this is, but it was obviously something, and then I finally got to see that scene.
Yeah, that's a great scene. And sort of based in reality. Because like Dirk Diggler is based on John C. Holmes, who was a big porn star in the 70s, kind of in the 80s. His flame sort of flickered and went out in the 80s, literally.
He couldn't get hard anymore, and they didn't have injectables.
But Alfred Molina's character is based on a guy named Eddie Nash, who was a Palestinian drug dealer. And I guess some drugs were stolen from him by these 4 people called the Wonderland Gang. And so Eddie Nash was understandably pissed. They like made him beg for his life and shit, and he didn't like that. So he suspected that John Holmes, who would be Dirk Diggler, was involved, made him go over to the house and with somebody else, just like, I guess, to see if they were there. It was like in Laurel Canyon, I think the house was. And they killed 4 people, wounded one of the guy's wives, and the murders were called like 4 on the floor because they went into the house and it was just like 4 dead people. And they were heroin addicts who stole cocaine and then dealt it, the Wonderland Gang. There's a movie about it with Val Kilmer from the early 2000s, I think.
Is it a decent movie?
It's a decent movie, yeah. I'd recommend it. I'd recommend it.
Okay, so maybe I'll watch that next then, because that's freaking...
Yeah, read up on the Wonderland Gang and the 4 on the Floor murders. It's pretty awesome.
I didn't realize that was actually based on a real thing. I looked into a little bit because Nick had told me that, what's his name? Burt Reynolds hated this movie. Like, he was getting into fights with the director all the time. Yeah, he hates this movie. And it wasn't until he got like he won some award, and it wasn't until he won the award that he sort of started coming around on it. But it's
much easier when you win an award and you're like, oh, maybe it was good.
Oh, was this a good movie?
But like you're Burt Reynolds, you've been in some really great movies. How do you not watch that movie and be like, wow, I'm a part of something special? Like, this is fucking amazing, and I'm amazing in it.
Yeah, he was really good in it. And William H. Macy was even saying, he's like, he didn't understand what it was when we were a part of it. Mm-hmm. It's like, how do you not get that? It's one of those movies that I feel like as you're making it, you can tell it's going to be something really good. You know what I loved about this movie?
What was it?
It was really heartfelt. This was a heartfelt movie to me. By the end, I was like, "Oh, this is so nice." They had kind of a happy ending here.
Well, it's about a family, basically, right? It's about a very dysfunctional family.
It's a dysfunctional family,
like
but I can relate.
Grandpa's a child molester.
Yeah, that part was messed up.
Yeah, like dad like is a porn director. Then they have like basically like Dirk and Reed and Buck and all these people are maybe like they're all the children, you know.
My grandpa is definitely a. Gabriel Grimm, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, "How's your first BJ? Who are you talking to, me or Bryan?"
Yeah, you might have to send another super chat. Yeah,
we're gonna need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a nice happy ending. No, it was. They were a really nice family. Julianne Moore, she didn't have her kids, so she just adopted Dirk, adopted these porn kids, and she was like, these are going to now be my children, and I want to take care of them.
And have sex with them.
And have sex with them. It was a little weird.
It's really weird. And do drugs with them.
Do a bunch of drugs.
Like she and Roller Girl are talking about going to like a pottery class or something.
She was like, will you be my mom?
Yeah. Like, I'll say mom, and then you'll say yeah. Like, whatever. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. She's like, we gotta go for a walk. Let's go outside. And she's like, I want to stay in this room. Me too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, wow.
I like this Jim Grindle guy. He has some funny stuff to say.
Oh, I miss some of the stuff that he's saying.
Who would you be on Little House on the Prairie?
I don't know. I've never seen Little House on the Prairie.
Who would she be, do you think? It's a tough one. She wouldn't be Nellie because she's too nice. She wouldn't be Mary because she's not a like goody two shoes. No. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. Let's not waste everybody's time.
All right. Porn kid is a weird statement. Just a little bit, but they were her porn children. But it was really nice, and they all had each other, and they all lived in the house together. I am now decide that I have to do a Roller Girl cosplay. That's like my next thing.
All right, Jim Grindle. Now he's calling me out for not getting the BJ joke.
Oh no! Now I don't get it. The joke went over Zia's head. Wait a second. Someone needs to explain this to me.
And this guy's saying I live in a comic book store.
Oh, BJ equals Bryan Johnson.
Yeah.
Clearly neither of us got that one.
Well, I have some edibles just wearing off now, so I'm going to get much sharper as we go on.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Usually for Nick, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets sharper as he has the edibles. Mm-hmm. I look over and he's grinning, and I'm like, what's going on?
I really want the opportunity to be like, Terry. Oh, Terry. Thank you, Terry.
Hey, Terry, where are you?
Yeah, Terry, come on, goddammit.
Bryan wants you. Yeah, how about we put the blindfold on and I'll feed you some
there
snacks.
You go, yeah. Oh, the shit you feed her? No way.
I'm telling you, it's good. She's crazy. Mm. It's all delicious snacks. We always feed her like some kind of chocolate-covered something, and she's like, ew, what is this? I'm like, it's delicious, you weirdo.
Now, watching Boogie Nights, do you feel, you know what? Let me let you lead. I told her I was going to do this. I'm going to start taking over and bothering you and shit.
I don't mind. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. Do your thing.
So, when you watch this movie, does it romanticize the 70s for you? Like, do you watch this and be like, it would be fucking fun to be a part of this?
Yes,
right?
I was thinking that. I was also thinking porn in the 70s seemed more fun in general.
Yeah.
Like it seemed like more, forget about the story or whatever, but it just seemed like now, because I have so many friends in the industry that you hear about what goes on, and they're like filming for hours, and I'm talking like 8-10 hour days filming to get this one stupid scene.
That's like a real job.
It is. It's like a legit job. And I have very close friends who are like, yeah, it's awful. I can't come like that. They're like, I've never once come during the scene. And she's like, your legs burn. And they're like, we need you to hold this position because we got to do whatever, like reposition the camera. And she's like, we want to come back in the exact same spot. So she's like crouched over some dude like this. And she's like, my legs are on fire. My butt's on fire. She's like, it's terrible. And she's like, you're doing it in ways that don't feel good because you're trying to just get the angle of what looks good. So it's like, none of it is any good. And so basically, once that you sort of seen behind the curtain there, you're kind of like, it's harder to enjoy it. I get why people like amateur so much. Right.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I get it.
I cannot stand polished porn.
It's terrible.
I'm not really a big porn guy to begin with, but if I had to pick a category, it would be amateur.
It would be amateur,
yeah.
right?
I like
fun.
the warts and shit. Yeah, I like to.
The warts.
I like to see people who are grosser than I am.
You're like, oh yeah, see, even these guys can get laid.
What do you mean?
That he has a way hotter wife than anyone he watches.
Yeah.
that's much better. That's a much better thing, trust me.
My point being though, it's
but
like
yes.
the porn, the drugs, people may disagree with this, but like they're usually younger people who disagree. But since I grew up in the 70s, 80s, like I can objectively say that like the pop culture of the 70s was far better than anything that came after it. That's why it has the best music. That's why it has the best movies. That's why it has the best TV, all that shit. And they also had the best serial killers. Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, mass murderer Jim Jones, Zodiac.
Wow, they were all in the 70s. Carol
Bundy and Doug Parker, who were the Sunset Strip killers, would have been right around 1980. So it's like right at the time, and this was in LA. So like they went around like the guy was crazy and the lady was assisting him in killing like prostitutes and young girls and stuff like that. But that would have been happening exactly at the time that this movie was taking place.
So that was all the good stuff. So you're like, great, good porn, good drugs, good serial killers.
Yeah.
Those are the only three things that Bryan needs. He's like, this is a great decade.
It's so much harder to get away with serial killing these days, you know?
It is.
You know, I want to kill somebody, but one stray beard hair, and they're like, you're done.
No, you'd be caught immediately. That beard hair would do you no favors.
Yeah, they'd be like, I think I know this guy.
Pretty sure I've seen this guy on a podcast. Healer, thank you for the super chat. Aw, Healer, thank you. He said, let's get Zia into a bikini for Bryan. Let's make this really awkward. Woohoo.
I kind of saw you in a bikini. You came over to the house. You went for a swim, but you were wearing shirt. You wore a shirt. Like, that's reserved for fat guys. Only fat guys get to swim in shirts.
Or people that have spent almost $3,000 lasering the sun damage off their arms.
I guess.
I was like, I've spent so much money. And I didn't have sunscreen with me. If I had sunscreen, it would have been different. I would have just lathered myself.
Yeah, we had a giant basket of it.
I didn't even think about it. I really didn't.
I don't want to overstep and ask for some of this sunscreen. There's like 20 bottles of it.
Would you please put some sunscreen on so you can wear less clothes?
I mean, I had a whole thing like planned. Like, I'm like, Zia's going to put sunscreen on Mary Beth, and Mary Beth's going to put it on her, and I'm going to be like, in the window.
We see Bryan sneaking up from the hedges with his camera, like,
Yeah, I'm like that giggity guy with Quagmire. Is that his name?
Yeah, giggity. No, I like the 70s. I think the 70s, I grew up in the 90s, so that's like my era, so I like the 90s, but I also think the 70s was cool. The 80s had some cool stuff, but a lot of just garbage. 80s was bad for music. 80s was, there was some...
Oh, this guy disagrees.
Gabriel Grimm.
Gabriel Grimm.
Thank you.
Well, no, he didn't disagree. Bryan, how is your pool doing? Did you switch to salt? My pool, Zia, my pool has been a big problem for me ever since you left. Yeah, we literally swept it once. Once we let Sage go in. Yeah.
You go in and you pee in a pool one time.
That's it, man. It turned it green. It was all fucked up. But yeah, like I'm not gonna go into the technical aspects of it. Every time I do, Mary Beth's like, nobody cares. Yeah.
But this is goes from a Boogie Nights stream to a pool stream.
Yeah, Gabriel, I'm right there. I'm right on the cusp of being able to swim again. I got my chlorine. I got my clarifier. I got my stabilizer. My pH is looking good. My nitrates are down. I'm telling you.
None of that made
I'm
any sense
shock
to
and
me.
awe. Yeah, I'm shocking the pool like crazy, spending all sorts of money on shit.
Mary Beth was telling me a saltwater pool is actually cheaper to maintain.
Cheaper and better for your skin and all that.
Yeah.
So I am gonna switch to salt
Hell
if,
yeah.
if people
Saltwater
care
would be
about that. But
I do. I'll come over.
Zia's piss hands. Yeah, because she pisses on her hands, and then Gabriel. I like this guy. I like this Gabriel Grimm.
That's healer. He says he cares. Yeah, Gabriel cares.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
No, you don't.
Mary Beth's over there yelling, "No, you don't. No, you don't." But yeah, no, that was an awesome era. And then the Alfred Molina scene was amazing. I think one of my favorite parts though was at the end when you finally see the dick. He finally takes it out. And you know what? For a movie, because this was made in 1997, they did a pretty good job making that look realistic.
prosthetic?
Yeah, I was impressed.
Yeah, I mean, it looked realistic enough that I had to buy a new TV after watching it with Mary Beth because her head went right through the screen.
She's like, mine. Oh, wait.
I was like, whoa, honey.
Yeah, no, it was huge. And Mark Wahlberg was so young. He almost looks like a twink in this because you're so used to like older
Yeah,
buff
he's
Mark
such a-
Wahlberg.
yeah.
And now in that movie, he's like, how old was he in that movie? He played a 17-year-old.
Yeah, I think he was probably in his late 20s, maybe.
Jeez, that's what he looked like in his late 20s.
I know.
He's another one that aged well.
Yeah, he always looks strong. He always
Yeah.
looks buff and shit. But I guess you've got hundreds of millions of dollars. The only reason I'm not in shape is because I'm not that rich. If I was as rich as Marky Mark, I'd be looking great.
Of course.
Huh.
Those memes are my favorite memes. Remember, you're not ugly, you're just poor. And it's true because they show like the before and afters of the Kardashians, and you're like, okay, I get it. But yeah, no, he was like really skinny in this, and he looked very twinkish. I was in the pool. You've had John over in your pool? What is this? What did you do, John?
I was in the pool. Zia also switched to salt water for her tits. That's pretty funny.
Maybe the next pair.
Yeah. Okay, forget that. Okay, now
I know,
I'm
that's what
I'm
happens.
getting
You get caught
distracted.
up in chat. You're like, hello. Oh, hi, chat.
I want to know your notes. What'd you write?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's true. Well, your first note has to be that beautiful opening shot, that like long, I guess it's a Steadicam, a crane that goes to a Steadicam almost, and it just goes through the club and you meet everybody in the
Yeah,
club.
I really
it's
like
such
that.
a fucking strong opening.
It is. It's really good. It's kind of what's that one scene where the one shot in that movie, Nick, where they go through the kitchen? Goodfellas.
Oh, Goodfellas. Oh yeah.
Because I knew it was from something. I just couldn't remember exactly what. It was like Goodfellas
Mm-hmm.
during that hallway scene. But you got to go in and say hi to everyone, and you see Luis Guzman.
Yeah.
I love that guy. He's in everything, and he's so good, and he's really good in this. I love how he just wants to get into a movie so bad. He's like, just put me in a movie. Just put me in a movie.
Yeah. I knew when I lived in LA, I knew a girl who was in the porn industry, and she asked if I wanted to be in a movie, which I did, but I didn't want to do naked porn stuff.
you just wanted to be in it.
I was like, if they write a role for me where I'm like a disgruntled census taker, like I show up and
Yeah.
stumble upon, like I can't get a good count because it's a gangbang and everybody's going all over the place. I was like,
Sit there
that's the
with your
role I'll play.
notepad angrily.
Yeah. I'm just like, what is this nonsense?
There are too many penises here.
Yeah.
That would be. I would be in a porn for something like that. Just like a random on the side role. That'd be so fun.
Yeah, you're like Luis Guzman, like you're
Yeah.
a bartender, then you get slapped.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my God. Yes, that was one of my favorite parts too. Was when Dirk Diggler wanted to be like. He's like, I don't like the way they treat women. He's like, I want to be like suave. I want to treat them right. I want it to be romantic. And then it just shows him smacking the crap out of some women in the movies. And you're
Yeah,
Wait
he's
a
like,
second.
tell me what he said, bitch, or like whatever he's saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was so random. Oh my God. And then that another scene that I was like, holy shit, this is amazing, was when Don Cheadle goes into the donut shop.
Right. That's the one guy, that Robert is the one guy I would point out as being like, they should have gotten somebody else.
Yeah.
He wasn't that good.
No, he wasn't. He was the weak link in that movie.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, I said fucking put the money in the bag. It's just like, where'd they get this guy? Like, whose cousin is he?
I was going to say he's related to someone for
Yeah.
sure. And they were like, just give him a role. Just give him a small role. He can be a robber. So
And then the Little Bill scene where he goes and kills his wife and the lover and then kills himself. That's another really long scene with a lot of like choreography and people walking back and forth, him going all the way out to the car, getting the gun, coming all the way back. You know, he's like looking for it. It's
the look on his face too when he walks out. That's funny because I knew something was going to happen. I was like, oh no, he snapped. And Nick's like, what are you talking about? This has happened, because he was probably trying to throw me off. He's like, this has happened 1,000 times before. He just puts up with it. And I was like, And so yeah, because I knew something was up. William H. Macy is so good, and in this movie, I just refer to him as Ned Flanders because I swear to fucking God, in this movie, he's Ned Flanders. Yeah.
There's a sort of a Big Lebowski connection in this too. I noticed.
Oh, is there?
Well, Juliana Moore played Maud Lebowski, and Scotty or Philip Seymour Hoffman played Brant in The Big Lebowski.
True. You're right.
Yeah.
Huh. I haven't seen The Big Lebowski in so long.
We just watched it again the other day. Okay. It's fucking awesome.
Again too. It is a great movie. I've seen it a couple of times, but not in a long time. But yeah, I did write down. Oh, also, they're in Dupars for one of the scenes, which Nick and I, like, on one of our first dates went there. And then we used to go there kind of a lot when we were in LA.
Oh,
I was
in
like,
LA?
yeah, I was like, that's cool. But yeah, I wrote down some of my favorite quotes. And well, the first one I wrote down was "spurt out that joy juice." I was like, I'm never going to refer to it as anything else. It's just joy juice from now on.
Sounds like Mary Beth said to me on her wedding night. I was like, can we keep it a little classier? And we weren't even in the room. She said in front of her parents.
That was her code. Her parents didn't know what she was talking about. Absolutely not. The second one was when Roller Girl said, I don't take my skates off and don't fucking come in me.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so good. What was the other one? I'm not stupid. Oh, that was just when he was fighting with his mom. Oh my God.
She was like mommy dearest, right? Like Joan Crawford level. Like, you're stupid, you're worthless, you're nothing.
Well, I started to feel like there was some sort of like almost incestuous thing going on there because she's like, you're sleeping with that whore. I was like, that's something that like a jilted lover says.
Yeah, or like a weird,
creepy.
Overprotective Norman Bates mother type person. Yeah.
Like, oh, she's just a slut. You know, she's fucking around with other people. Like, she was just, it was really weird and creepy.
That's what my mother said to me about her moments before we got married. Our wedding day was huge. Yeah, that part's true.
I was gonna say, did you also tell his mom about the joy juice? People tell me I look like Han Solo. That was a pretty great moment.
And Marky Mark's reaction is even better. He goes, huh.
yeah. It's like, really? Okay.
Yeah, you say so.
His face.
Travis Schiffer, do not make ZZ Top jokes because it is hack.
How many times have you heard those?
So many times that I've started pretending I don't know who ZZ Top is.
Yep.
Like, people will tell me in public, and I'm like, who is that? ZZ Top? And they'll be like, do you know who ZZ Top is? And I'm like, no. Yeah.
I wonder if that's what happened to Nick was telling me, because one of my favorite bands is Coheed and Cambria, and Nick hates them. But Claudio Sanchez is the singer, and he sounds a lot like Geddy Lee from Rush. They both have similar sort of like that high voice. And I guess Nick was telling me in an interview, Claudio said, oh, I don't know who's Geddy Lee. I wonder if he did that in the same way of like, he hears it so much, he's like, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And he pretends, he's like, I don't know who Geddy Lee is.
Coheed and Cambria is Richard Christie's favorite band, I think. You know Richard Christie from the Howard Stern Show? He wore there was a long concert. He wore diapers and pissed his pants so he didn't miss any songs.
All right, I love Coheed and Cambria, but I'll just not drink a lot of water. That's a bit
Well,
much.
he also has to be wasted, so he was drinking tons of beer.
So he was just fucked up.
Awesome guy though.
Oh, that sounds fun. I mean, look, as a trash person who grew up in Hawaii drinking, I have 100% just pulled my skirt up and peed outside wherever I'm at. Yeah. I wouldn't have missed anything. I've done that a few times, more than a few times. This is a giant cock. That's another one. And then when he was doing his first sex scene with Julianne Moore, he goes, does it look sexy? Like he was like in the middle of, he's like, does this look sexy?
Very concerned with the sexiness of the scene.
Concerned. Yeah. Do you want me to use a Spanish accent? Loved that one. And then it popped up that it was like in Espanol or whatever the fuck it was. So that was great. And then when he's like showing him around his house, he's got all these paintings of himself, and he's like pointing at stuff, and he's like, "That's a beanbag." He like points to this beanbag.
And what was the blonde girl's name? Fuck, I can't remember it now.
Which one?
The one who married Buck Swope eventually.
Oh, I forget her name.
Jesse.
Jesse? Is that what it was?
Jesse, yeah. Jesse's painting a picture of him that looks like he grew up on 3 Mile Island. He's like all distorted and like weird looking.
Yeah. There is one also that looks like when you walk in and you're like, oh, why would you put that up? Because he looks like what's that guy's name with the really messed up face that everyone always...
Rocky Dennis?
Rocky Dennis. Yeah. Looks like Rocky Dennis. And then the last quote that I wrote down was, let's go get some of that Saturday Night Beaver. And that was a really good one. That was a good one. There were some good quotes there. Gabriel Grimm with another super chat. Thank you, Gabriel.
All right, Gabriel.
He said, Xia and Bri, if you could watch any moment in the past 5,000 years, what would it be and which one person is going with you?
5,000. Why couldn't you just say like 10 years?
Yeah, I was going to say
5,000 years? Well, I guess I would go back and see if Jesus was on the real.
That's what I was going to do. I'm not even joking. That's exactly what I was going to say. I was like, I want to see about this Jesus guy. Because the only thing I think of when I think of Jesus now is that Family Guy episode where Bryan goes back in time to see Jesus. And he's like, yeah, his turns out his powers were greatly exaggerated. And it's just Jesus doing weird magic tricks. And he's like, and like doing these dumb. And I'm like, that's what I would picture. People are just like, wow, this is a miracle. They're just on fucking mushrooms.
Yeah. And the one person I would bring, it would be Mary Beth, so I could introduce her to the Virgin Mary and show her how a respectable woman acts.
You actually see her getting, you turn up thinking she's going to be a virgin, but really she's getting plowed behind.
Yeah, she's got a train behind her.
She's like, no, I'm a virgin, I swear.
Oh, boy, let's see. Yes, I agree, Jim Grindle. ZZ Top jokes, they should have gone by the wayside 13 years ago.
People in my family calls me ZZ Top. That's their nickname for me. It went from Xia.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you told me
that. Yeah, Xia got
ZZ
turned
Top.
into ZZ, and then it got turned into ZZ Top. And so that's what my family calls me. Nothing to do with the band, though. I don't have a...
What other notes you got? I'm curious about your notes.
I think... There might not be that many more.
No.
Oh no! There's more quotes talking about Scotty when he tries to kiss Eddie. He goes, "Do you want to kiss me?" He's like, "I want to kiss you on the mouth. Do you want to kiss me?" And he keeps going, "I'm a fucking idiot." Honestly, Eddie handled that really well. He was very nice about it.
He was very nice about it. Yeah, he was found it revolting. It looked like.
Yeah.
And you feel so bad for Scotty because he's wearing that red jacket like Dirk had on earlier, the red car obviously, and he's just like he just got it painted because he goes, "I just bought it." First he said, "I just bought it," and then when they get to the car and he's sitting on it and he's talking, he's like, "Yeah, I just got it painted, so it might be a little sticky."
Yeah.
So he didn't just buy it.
That's not why.
I mean, he holds the boom mic. That's his job. He's not Dirk Diggler. He's not a star.
No, and he's got that little belly that's always poking out through the bottom of his shirt.
His tank top, it's like rising just a little too high.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man, poor guy. Philip Seymour Hoffman was good in that role. Holy crap. Let's see, what else do I have here? The pissing contest between John C. Reilly and Eddie when they first met, when he was like, "How much do you squat?"
Oh yeah, and he's like, "How much you bench?" And it's like same time.
Same time. One, two, three.
And then they don't say.
Yeah,
anything.
you didn't say anything. We didn't say anything either.
Yeah, it's really like I feel like at times. Dirk Diggler, like he comes off as like almost like effeminate, like he's very he has like a very soft edge about him, you know, not like he's not like he's gay or anything, obviously, because he doesn't want to kiss Scotty or do any. Although he did do some gay stuff, but when he got desperate for money, like after he spent all his money on coke and shit. Yeah, I thought that scene was. Did you think that scene was weird too? Like it was only yesterday that when I rewatched that, I was like, that's strange. Like the guy. Okay, there's a scene where Dirk Diggler is on hard times, so he's just kind of hanging out, prostituting himself to women or men, whoever shows up, and a guy picks him up in a pickup truck. They go into a parking lot, an empty parking lot, and Dirk Diggler will like take it out and play with it for $10 or whatever for $20, and it's a tense scene, but it's very long, and I'm like. At no point was it like, oh, his friends were messing with him, which is what, because like they obviously don't like gay people, so they're gonna beat him up because he's gay.
Yeah,
you know, they're calling him F slurs and all kinds of stuff, and but he's like, take it out, play with it. He's like, do it faster. Like if you're gonna like beat up a guy because he's gay, I feel like you want to get him to do all this gay stuff like prior.
Nick said that when we were watching it. He's like, I think that guy was actually enjoying that a little too much.
I believe Nick is right. Yeah. Yeah, it was really strange.
No, he was. And he was like, and he looked really into it. He's like, when he was trying to jerk off and he couldn't even get it hard. he was looking very intently at it. And I made the joke of like, yeah, when his friends were like, let's go beat up some F words. He's like, I'll volunteer to be the bait. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll get the guy. Don't worry.
Don't worry, man. I'll get him jerking off. I like this Gabriel Grimm guy. He's like Father Lance. He's talking some inside Tell Him Steve Dave stuff. So,
all right.
So he knows.
Steve
Yeah,
Dave
I think
fan.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's definitely where he came from.
Mm-hmm.
We got taters in the there are there's some my usual people that I see, and then there's a whole bunch of new people that I see. Hello, Tell Him Steve Dave Ants, welcome. That's
Mike
nice
Rochburn, Nina Hartley was good in that movie. Yes, she was. Nina Hartley is an adult actress, she's a director now, I think.
Was she the wife?
She was the judge.
Oh,
who
the
was
judge.
Who was talking to Amber Waves and her husband about the kids.
She was a porn star?
Yeah. She was a porn star. Now she's a director, I believe.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love hearing about that stuff.
I think the writer director called her like the Meryl Streep of porn or something. She's
That's
like a really good
amazing.
actress. Yeah, she's actually really good.
Oh, look, there she is.
Yeah.
Oh, she was hot. Hell yeah. She's still hot. Look at that butt.
Look at her go.
She's got a great body. She's like a elegant porn star.
Was Nina? Oh, wait a second. Maybe she wasn't the judge. I thought she was the judge. It's looking like she was actually.
She was the wife,
That looks
right?
like the wife of Little Bill.
That was banging
Yeah,
everybody.
you're right.
That was another great scene
My
when he
bad.
comes out and she's just on a towel banging someone, and everybody's standing around watching.
We were talking about that, and it's like they're so close to them.
So close.
Like I mean, if I saw that like in the middle of the street, I'd be like, well, I'm going to watch this, of course. Like,
But
why
from
wouldn't I?
Back a little bit.
I'd give it a little distance. Yeah, I don't want to get anything on me. I don't,
Turns out the guy's a really far comer, and you're like, oh god, where she squirts or something.
Mhm, yeah,
Oh, you
it's
don't
in
want
your
that.
eye or something.
No. Yeah, no, that was a hilarious opening too. When she walks in and he's like, that's my wife, and the guy's like, oh, can you close the door? So bad.
Yeah, she's like, get out.
Get out. Go sleep on the couch tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yes,
Yeah.
John Aristotle, William H. Macy goof was left in the movie. My fucking wife has an ass in her cock in the driveway, Kurt.
Yeah, an ass in her cock. That's what it was, and they left.
Yeah,
it
they left it in because he's so like frazzled and
that's
shit.
so
Yeah.
good. I love that.
I also read, I never saw it, but I also read that Paul Thomas Anderson, when he was in high school, actually did a short, like the Dirk Diggler story. He like made a short movie about it in high school.
Wow. So he's had this percolating in his head
Yeah,
for a while.
yeah, that would have been. Yeah, I think it was like the late '80s he did it, so it would have been about 10 years before Boogie Nights got made.
Wow, he did a good job on Boogie Nights, and it
It's
was
fucking amazing.
it
BS
is-
Jet, hey, what's up, BS Jet?
hey.
Judge was Veronica Hart.
Okay. Is she
Okay.
also a porn star?
Thank you, BS Jet. I'm not sure. I think she is. I think that's where I made the mistake. Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Okay, yeah, Veronica Hart. Amanda by Night, A Scent of Heather, roommates. Ooh, 3 ladies. One-eyed monster. Is that a penis?
I mean,
Pandora's Mirror. She's 66 now. Yeah, she was former pornographic.
we used to go to the chiller shows up in Secaucus,
What
know,
are
like the chiller
those?
horror shows. It's like basically horror, but it's usually a lot of, well, it was anyway, a lot of like older personalities, people from like 50s movies. It's like, oh, it's
Okay.
cop number 2 in the 50s movies.
Right.
But the other thing that they had were a lot of like Playboy models from the 50s and 60s.
Love that.
So there are these old women, like 70, sitting there at a table with pictures of themselves from 50 years ago, nude, and selling them.
Dude, that's amazing. Honestly, I love
Making
it.
bank.
I was talking to one of my friends who I met for the first time. Her name's Lila. She's the sweetest person in the world. Absolutely love her. And I met her for the first time at Christy's wedding. And we were talking. We're just like having this conversation. And she's like the type of person that when she talks to you, she looks like deep into your eyes.
Right.
And she asks these really insightful questions.
That
and
makes
like,
you look down.
she like really gets you talking. And suddenly you're like spilling your darkest secrets. And she's just like this. Like it's, I don't know how she does it, but she's so good at it. But yeah, she was telling me, she's like, I think you absolutely should be doing this. She's like, what do you think's going to happen? When you're 80, are you going to wish that you had taken less hot pictures when you were young? No, you're going to wish you'd taken more. And I was like, you know what? That's a fair point. Because yeah, when you're sitting there in your 70s and your 80s, you can be like, look at how majestic my body used to. Look at this.
Right.
Like everyone's going to get old. Another one from Gabriel Grimm.
Yes, Jay Santiago, I did have lots of time to research at RST.
Z and Bry, if you had to switch lives, thank you for the super chat, by the way. If you have to switch lives with an adult actor, who would you choose?
I say I'm not super familiar with adult actors. Like I'm just not. But I do recognize the name Peter North, and I know that he shoots ropes. So I guess Peter North.
Peter North. Okay, that name sounds familiar. I don't know if I know who he is though.
Now I don't. If you're talking fake, I don't know. Like
Peter North.
Would you? I mean, it seemed like
Cum shops, deep throat porn, and blowjobs. That's what comes up with Peter North.
There he is. Yeah, look at him. Pretty good-looking guy.
Yeah. Wears a Ruka shirt. I like him.
Peter North. That's me.
Peter North. Okay, there you go. I think for me, it'd have to probably be Riley Reid.
I'm not sure who that is.
She's just
Nick will show me, I'm sure.
So, yeah, she's just so hot. Like she got married recently to some like millionaire dude, and she still just does girl on girl porn.
Okay.
She's so pretty to me, and like her body is so. She's got that very like natural girl next door kind of look that I like.
Yeah, she doesn't like. She's not like she doesn't got massive like.
No, nothing's overdone.
Like when the girls are in the hot tub when the 80s hit and the girls are in the hot tub and they have those massive boobs. Yeah.
Yep, they look like they're gonna explode.
Yeah.
Like that's what I told my surgeon I didn't want. I was like, I just don't want them to look like they're gonna explode from my skin. And he was like, okay, got it. Great.
When Kevin and I used to work at Quick Stop, it was the early 90s, so there were lots of porn magazines and stuff.
Oh, yep.
And I remember one of them was like just basically big boobs, and it was like women with like these obscenely large breast implants, and it was back in the day, so they had like these angry red scars around the nipples, but no photoshopping or anything. They're just like
you think they would have done something?
Yeah, they're like, we're not going to airbrush this. It's like people are going to pay regardless.
And they did, and people were into that look. Like that was a huge look for a while. That was back when I like to watch. Well, Nick and I were watching it, but wrestling from like that Attitude Era, that was also the big thing. The girls, Sable had her boobs done.
I remember her,
but they were like that. Like they looked like watermelons in their chests. It was crazy. I'm not into that look. But yeah, it was funny how it went from the 80s was so natural looking, and then you get into like Sable still looks good, by the way. She also is another one who like aged really well somehow as a wrestler. Sunny, not as much. But that was something that you noticed too in the movies, how it went from, they did a really good job portraying each decade. In the 70s it was very natural. She had what's her name, Julianne Moore.
Oh yeah,
had her small boobs. They were just normal sized boobs. Everybody looked natural. Heather Graham also, just her body and boobs in general are just amazing. And then you get into the 80s and that scene shows up and it's those girls, and they really did a good job portraying how it looked throughout the decades. And I think we're coming back into that more natural look now.
Yeah. But even like when you get breast implants, there's so much they've done advanced so much in terms of like aesthetics that you're like, okay, like it's way harder to tell these days, I guess.
There's the group that I'm in, the bus mob group of girls that get their boobs done on Facebook. They all talk about it, and a bunch of the girls were like, yeah, I met my boyfriend after I had already got them, and he didn't know until like a month or two in when I told him, and he was like, wait, what? They're fake? And so they're getting to a point where, and also I guess the trend now is that girls are going in and asking for like smaller, like technically mine is what's classified as a mini boob job because I got like a lower number of cc's. Like I got 325 cc's. So like anything under 400 is they call it like a mini boob job. Right. And that's what I guess more and more girls are going in to do that kind of stuff.
Mini, huh?
Yeah, a mini, right. I know. But they're still double D's, but it's still like they're small. So I don't know.
Good night, Gabriel Grimm. Thank you.
Oh, that's nice. Oh no, we have a spammer in the
implants
chat.
Are still super obvious. Oh, get the fuck out of here.
I don't think they are. I've seen so many where I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was. Or sometimes you think they are and they're not. But I have my friend Amy. You've met Amy, right? Whatever, Amy?
Yeah.
I didn't have any idea that hers were fake for a while.
No.
I only found out like after I'd known her for a bit, and I was like, oh, okay. Japan.
No. So anyway, back to the 70s stuff and the lifestyle. It's like I found it to be the same way with drugs and with these guys. It's like it's fucking, you may know too. It's awesome until it's not, and then when it's not, it's really not.
Yep. You saw it go downhill really quick. It was right around the 80s where things start to. It was, what was the drug that Dirk did for the first time? He was snorting it. It wasn't coke. Oh no,
I think it was coke.
It was, okay. And then he started doing, what was the thing after coke that you're like, oh God, crystal that's meth. Right. Yeah. It was crystal meth. That's how it happened for my sister, incidentally. It went from coke to meth. And Not you, DQ. You're not a spammer. We're not talking about you.
No, he's arguing with me that implants are super obvious. He said I'm regular here. Does that mean he's a regular that comes in the chat?
Yeah, I know DQ.
Or he's like got a regular like
no,
thing
I know
going
DQ.
on.
He's a regular.
Good for
here.
you, DQ.
We weren't talking about you, the spammer. DQ is someone else. No, I said there's a spammer in chat, and then he read your comment. It wasn't that you were a spammer.
Calm down, DQ. Jesus. Relax, brother.
It's all right. It's okay. But yeah, no, drugs are a lot of fun until they're not. Absolutely. For me, I never had an issue with drugs. For me, it was alcohol.
Oh,
alcohol was my problem. And
now, so you were young when you did it, though, so you probably didn't get heavy, right?
I got pretty not good
into
it.
Did your face get all bloated and shit?
Not like, well, actually, no, yeah, it did for sure.
When I went to rehab, it was benzos, like Xanax and shit, and alcohol. Everybody said they were like, those are the two most difficult things to get off of. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get off of fucking opiates, and I'm like, really? It's harder than this?
Oh, God. Yeah, no, benzos are bad. Benzos are when because I have a prescription for lorazepam or Ativan because I get panic attacks, and sometimes they're just so bad that I need, like, if I'm in a situation where it's not going to go away, if I just take one, that helps.
Right.
Mostly I try not to take it, but whenever I get a prescription from those, doctors are really, really hesitant to give them to me. And the last prescription I got for it, the doctor was like, I have to just check to make sure you haven't gone to other doctors to try to get this before.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like he actually did a check for me. But yeah, no, alcohol is one of those ones that it's freaking tough. And the reason it's so tough is because it's so socially acceptable and
easy to get.
To get. You can get it, no problem. People are just drinking all the time. If you're ever in situations where there's a party or something, there's always going to be alcohol there or any social gathering. So for like the first 4 or 5 years that I stopped drinking, I couldn't really do anything.
Terry! Oh, Terry! Yay, Terry. Thank you, Terry. Somebody put a chip in my mouth. Lovely to meet you, Bryan. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Good to meet you, Terry.
Terry, thank you for the
big fan of you and your super chats to Xia.
Bryan said at the beginning, Terry, that he wanted an opportunity to say, Terry!
Yes, Remy, sober is good, but it is hard as hell. Well, I can't even say that I'm not sober. I smoke weed and I drink sometimes, not a lot though. If I had access to drugs, I probably would take more. But like we don't hang out with people that much, and the people we do hang out with, like they're a bunch of duds, so they're not taking good drugs. Everybody's too old. They're like, "What are you fucking crazy? Like, why do you want to take Molly? You're 55," and I'm like, "Cause it's awesome. That's fun. Why. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'll be 90."
Well, then maybe I should introduce you to my sister when she gets out.
Yeah,
she'll show you a good time. Mary Beth, watch out. Get ready to stay by the phone because the cops are going to get called at some point.
All right, here you go.
It'll be fun. Until then.
This is okay, Lounge Singer. Here you go, little. How's that?
That was beautiful. That was impressive. Just like me.
Yeah.
Just like me.
See, if you did that, they might kick you off YouTube. But I can do it.
You can do it. You could probably take your shirt off and do that, and you'd be fine.
I don't think I'd be fine. I think I'd be crying the entire way home. Why did I do that? And I don't think your viewers would be fine either.
They'd be like, well, we're never coming back here again.
Yeah, they're like, all the times Jen has sat in that seat, never even once thought about lifting up her shirt. Now this fat bastard, he won't put it down. He won't put it back on.
You'll be like Bert Kreischer.
Oh, Bert, yeah.
Shirt. He's proud
of it. Awesome. Love Bert Kreischer. He's great.
I can't say anything bad about Bert Kreischer. He subscribed to my OnlyFans.
Did he?
Yep.
All right.
Like immediately. I did a podcast with him and he was like, "Oh, do you have OnlyFans?" And he just there and then went and subscribed with his name too. It was like a verified account. And Bob Kelly goes, "You're just going to subscribe?" He's like, "Yeah, the money goes to her, right?" I was like,
you know what? I might be turned around on Bert Kreischer.
Cool dude.
You know what? I can't even say, like, I'm not that familiar with his comedy, but what I don't like the high-pitched squealing laughter at everything, or he's like crying. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, it's not that funny, Bert. Not everything is that funny.
I see, that's funny. I love that just because I'm like, this man's having the time. He's always having so much fun. I'm like, how do you do that? How are you always this happy and enjoying yourself that much?
Oh yeah. If you live with our kid,
she's amazing.
She's constantly happy. She's constantly having a good time. She's like,
She's never upset. When we were hanging out in the pool, she was just swimming back and forth and chatting to herself the whole time, having a good old time.
She got upset the other day. I went to put some salt on her fries, and I put them on her fries, and I had one of the fries, and I was like, this tastes weird. And it turned out there was Splenda in the salt bowl. So she likes playing pranks, so we assumed that it was her. But when we were like, did you do it? She was like, no. And I was like, are you lying? And I could tell by her face. She's like, no, I didn't do it. Then Mary Beth got on her, started putting the screws to her and shit, like trying to get her to admit it. And then she started crying. She got all upset. Wow. She drove her to tears.
Yeah,
I don't know who did
in
it.
That house, right?
I think Mary Beth, because she smokes weed and she drinks wine. I think maybe one time she didn't remember it.
Mary Beth's over there saying bullshit. Yeah. She's like, I'm not even on mic to defend myself. That is actually a hilarious prank, though, putting Splenda in the salt bowl.
Yeah, I was like, it wouldn't be the worst prank, but she came in one time and she had this glass with, I don't know what the fuck was in it. It was like a liquid, and then there was brown stuff floating in it and all kinds of shit. And she goes, hey, I got you a drink. And I'm like, I'm not drinking that. She was so upset with me that I didn't fall for Yeah, she was very irritated that I didn't fall for the prank. She totally wasted her time.
She's like, I spent so much time putting a bunch of crap in this cup and you're not going to drink it now?
Yeah. And then so what, now I don't get to watch you get sick?
This whole time I just wanted you to puke. Thanks, Dada.
Yes, Paul Gibbs, some people are the teary type, I guess you would say. Some people are very emotional men. I'm not one of them.
You're not an emotional man?
Well, unless you count rage and anger and that kind of stuff.
That counts as an emotion.
Yeah.
But you don't get you don't tear up at moments. When was the last time you cried?
I don't know.
Zia keeping her shirt on at the pool.
Yeah. You're right, Nick. Zia keeping her shirt on at the pool. I don't have a better answer than that, so we can move on.
Oh, boy.
Yes, DQ Mary Beth is here. She's off camera.
Yeah.
She's not wearing a shirt either.
Nope. We're seeing Mary Beth boobs right now, guys.
Yeah.
Be jealous. Ha ha ha.
I'm trying to get her to show them somehow, some form, some way. I just,
You know how you got to do it.
How do I do it?
Mary Beth, do you paint at all?
I can.
She can paint.
You should do the pasties and do the body painting.
Oh, I don't think I could paint myself.
I'll paint you. I'll come over and paint you. I volunteer.
Can I sit outside the door listening?
Nick and Bryan are just out there like this.
Paul Gibb, how is it working on Comic Book Guys?
Well, first of all, it's comic book men.
Comic book men, but it was fun. It was really fun. It's one of the Tell 'em Steve Dave and the comic those are the two jobs that I'm I can look back and. Actually, you know what? Working at Quick Stop and RST, that was pretty fucking fun too. Because you're 19, 20, you don't
you don't give a
care,
shit.
Yeah.
You're just having fun.
Yeah, you're all you care about is making enough to go see them, go to the movies that night or go rent a video.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck.
Oh my God, I remember I got shit faced at one of my jobs once. I was 18 too or 17. I was not even close to 21. And me and my friend, I'm not going to give any names and I'm not going to give the name of where we worked. I don't think we get in trouble now, but
Right.
We made friends while we were working together, and one day we used to sell this pineapple soda, and one day I forget which one of us brought the tequila, but we brought tequila and we're like, let's make some drinks for this shift. I don't know how the hell we got through the shift. I don't know how we closed. It was just the two of us working there, and we were hammered. This was in a food court. I was so drunk. I think I ended up, before I left, I went across the street or across the food court to the Korean barbecue place and got a giant plate lunch.
But those kind of jobs though, because I can identify when I was 14, I worked at a restaurant. We were dishwashers, and it was you went in at 4 and you stayed till 2 a.m.
Yeah,
it was that kind of place. So the barbacks would just bring you beer, and you would just drink beer all night.
That. At 14, you're just yeah.
Yeah, because you're I can't deal with it. Even at that age, you're I cannot deal with how mind-numbing this is, washing dishes.
Dude, being a busboy or a dishwasher at a restaurant is honestly is pretty brutal. It sucks.
Yeah. Well, we were a dishwasher, and I remember one time this lady, because it was a restaurant right on the water, so people would come after going to the beach and they party and shit.
Right.
And this one lady like throw up all over the bathroom, and somehow that became my job.
Of course,
to like clean up the throw up, and I'm like, well, wait a second.
You're like, I'm not a janitor.
Yeah, they didn't care. I actually was able to push it on to one of the lesser, dishwashers.
Yeah, he had just started a month ago, and you're like, that's just the way the hierarchy works, buddy. That's when you, that's when you need beer. That's fair enough. Have the beer.
Yeah, you gotta have the beer.
You gotta have the beer. Brian wants, Sam Adams wants to know if you know Cecil. I think you'd get along with Cecil.
Who's Cecil? I don't think
He's another YouTuber. I met him through Chrissy, or Anna, who I met through Chrissy. And he writes comic books and creates he's like an artist and a writer that makes comic books. He's cool. He's a cool dude. Yeah.
I'll have to look up this Cecil character.
Yeah. He's nice. He just like unveiled his face for the first time. Like he always streamed with a mask on. And he like just took the mask off, and everybody's like, "You're bald."
Quick, puts it back on. No, I'm not.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, no, they were telling him to put the mask back on. But he's a cool dude. I think you'd probably like him. He has fun. See, he's a guy that you could hang out with, and he'd probably do some drugs and get drunk with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I think Cecil would be.
All right, Cecil, let's do it. Or pass it on to Cecil, I guess. I don't think he's watching.
Probably not. But
good day from Australia, says Ian Watts. Australia just legalized microdosing of mushrooms and microdosing MDMA for depression. Yeah, for depression when other approaches prove resistant.
I've heard that microdosing for depression helps more than almost anything.
I've heard that too, and I know somebody who has some mushrooms. So I am, my wife made a psychiatrist appointment for me without my knowledge.
I have done that to Nick.
Yeah, which Nick, I guess it really shows how well their life is going, right? Like, I got a surprise for you.
Yay!
Surprise to her was when the guy was like, "Yeah, he's great."
The guy
did he lie? Did Nick lie?
No, he didn't say he was great, but he basically was like, he's like, "Oh, we'll be able to clear this up, no problem." Like years of abuse and horrible trauma that like has almost wrecked his life, where he's like attempted suicide and like falling apart, and I'm falling apart because he's falling apart. Like it was a really bad time.
No, he's doing better.
This guy's like, "Give me 2 weeks, I'll whip him into shape."
Literally exactly what he said, and I was like, all right, that seems a bit weird. And then it was a couple of sessions in, and he was like, he's doing great. He's doing fine. And I was like, I live with him. He's not doing fine.
Right.
What the fuck are you talking about, guy?
I'm not gonna lie, by the way.
No.
I'm like, hey, I'm good. Like,
Right.
these guys stink.
They sucked. Terry,
Terry,
thank you for the super chat. He said, just want to pop in to say hi. Biopsy today, so a little out of requiring of sleep. Have a wonderful weekend. Again, a pleasure, Brian. Take care. Terry's like the nicest guy in the
all right,
world.
Terry. What biopsy? What is?
It's possibly cancer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So when you get the biopsy results, please keep us posted, because I definitely would hate to hear bad news for you, man, because he really is like the nicest fucking guy. It would suck so much. It would suck so much. Huh. Who,
wow.
Nick, the guy on the devil's lettuce, says Blue Stroll. Blue Stroll is one of my mods. Long time mods.
Well, what else is worth pointing out in Boogie Nights?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody should watch it. There were some spoiler alerts, but for fuck's sake, the movie's from 1997, so what do you want from us?
Really old. If you haven't seen it, that's on you. I don't know how I managed to miss spoilers, but I wouldn't have been mad if I had them. Let's see, what else? What else is new? Definitely watch it, for the love of God. It's a great freaking movie.
It's great. It's long, and some of the stuff is like when they did the John Holmes, like when Dirk Diggler, Amber Waves directed that little movie about him. Like, there's really a John C. Holmes movie like that.
See, that's cool. I like that.
When they were playing the music, that song is in an old 80s animated movie. I think it's Micronauts, maybe.
I don't think I've even heard of
that's a real song that I guess they just took and adapted for the movie or something.
Wow. That song was... I was watching that and I was like, wait a second, wasn't Mark Wahlberg in a band? Did he have to pretend he was Marky Mark
in the Funky Bunch?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, did he have to pretend to sing badly? Because he was singing so badly.
He was singing pretty badly. I've never heard him sing, but I have heard him rap, and he's a good rapper.
Right.
He's fucking Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Q and I were at a motorcycle show at the Javits Center. This is years ago. And we're looking at this one motorcycle, and Marky Mark walks up. And we were just like, I mean, we weren't like, Marky Mark! You know, we were just like, oh, hey, like he's just any other guy. And it's just the three of us. We're talking about the bike. Then for some reason he starts revving the engine super loud, and then this is in the Javits Center, so it's like indoors. He's revving it real loud, and everybody's like looking over, and they're like, "Oh, it's Marky Mark!" And so they all come running over.
That's why he did it. He's
that's
like,
what
no
I was wondering. I was like,
me.
I was like, is that why I did it? Like me and Q weren't enough to sate his ego.
He's like, no, I want the attention. Why didn't you guys say anything to me? What the hell? That's so funny.
Yeah, Marky Mark.
It sounds like it has some of the 90s edge to it. We'll definitely watch. It does have kind of a 90s edge, but just in the 70s. Like, that's what it feels like. But it has that where nothing's filtered. Everything's unfiltered. I just said the same thing. Everything's unfiltered, though, and, like, there's no inhibitions. That's what I liked about it.
Who is your favorite character versus least favorite? I feel like your main people.
All right. I loved Roller Girl.
Yeah.
She's one of my favorites because she was just so, like, clearly she had been through some shit. She wasn't emotionally good, but she was just kind of like always in her little roller skates skating around, and she was always so happy. I love when she smashed that guy in the face with her roller skates. I was like,
I mean,
yes!
she was like curb stomping the shit out of that guy.
That was great.
Yeah. I did
like,
think
good
though, I
for
was
you.
just like, what did he do that did he really deserve? He was an asshole.
Yeah, he did.
He deserved to
Screw that
have,
guy.
like, he definitely broke his nose, maybe even his jaw.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I'd do it.
He looked like Gino Bisconti down there.
I clip this and send it to him. Screw that guy. I think Roller Girl's definitely one of my absolute favorites. Jack Horner also. I just love
Jack Horner's real great.
He's so great. He's just the dad of the group. He's so calm. He's so chilled out all the time. He's so, like, amiable. He's willing to work with everybody. He wanted to make real art even though it was porn.
Yeah.
I loved that.
And was such an artist that he's like, I'm fuck video.
Yeah.
Like, I make films.
I want films.
Yeah.
And it's porn. Like, people are jerking off to it. He's like, how do you get people to stay in the theater after they're finished? And you're like, I don't know, man. How do you do that?
That buddy cop movie was the best thing he ever made, though.
That's true. Nick points out he thought the buddy cop movie was the best thing he ever made, so that's an excellent point. Pretty bad.
They're saying that Tim Ripper Owens did the singing for the movie Rockstar. And then, a guy from Steelheart did vocals in Rockstar. He was also in Charred Walls of the Damned, if I'm not mistaken. Again, Richard Christie's band, who you don't know who the fuck I'm talking about.
Nope, I was about to ask.
But again, another shout out to Richard Christie. I love that guy. He's
I gotta
awesome.
figure out who this Richard Christie guy is now.
Ripper's a poor man's Halford. Yeah, I mean, I can see why you would say that.
Oh, Rob Halford.
You know, knockoff Rob Halford. God, that guy's amazing.
Rob Halford? Yeah, that guy's unreal.
Yeah.
Painkiller. I remember hearing that song when I was a kid, and I was like, "This is amazing."
Yeah, I love Rob Halford. So
much.
What other characters? Okay, so you had Reed. You had Becky Barnett, the black lady. They didn't really give her much to do.
They didn't give her much. She was just. I liked
It's like
her,
she just
though.
married Jerome. That was it.
she
Like, that was her
married Jerome.
thing.
I liked her though because she was very like you're right. She was just kind of there. They didn't give her much, but she seemed like she was part of the industry. But she was such a real person.
Yeah.
That's what I felt when I got her.
Yeah, because I liked how she was impressed when Jerome was like, "I'm the regional manager for a Pet Boys," you know,
she's like,
and then he
"Oh,
got a
really?"
big promotion to move to Bakersfield.
Yeah, like that was like a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, she was cool. Let me see. Who did I hate?
I agree with you, DQ. I think that Richard, like, I think everybody who's at the Stern Show right now is like, I'm just doing this for the money. There's no way they can love that shit.
I haven't
no
listened
way.
to Howard Stern. All I hear is bad things, though.
Yeah, I've heard like little clips here and there because I can't bring myself to listen to it anymore.
It's bad when you get famous on being this personality and being this person, and you go so far away from that, and then you expect people to not be upset.
Yeah.
It's like you didn't even change a little bit; you changed completely.
Yeah, you're Imus now. You're basically Imus.
Yeah.
Buck Swope. I don't know. He's so lame. He's just such a lame-o.
Which one was Buck again?
He was the black guy who's like, first he's like, he wants to be a cowboy.
Oh
and
my
then
God, Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle, yeah.
Okay,
That he wants to be like, he looked like when Jesse first came up to him to talk to him, what the fuck was he wearing? He looked like he was,
He looked like he was trying to be a cowboy
like Rick James. Yeah, like Rick James.
That wig was really weird. I was really glad when he took it off. It looked so stupid. Yeah, when he put on the country music and he was trying to sell the radio like equipment thing that he had all set up. It was like, I guess it was an 8-track.
He's like, yeah, you
player.
got to have the TK421 modification.
yeah. He kept trying to sell it, and then he puts in the tape, and it's fucking country music. And I don't know about you, I hate
He's
country.
like, you hear that?
So bad. The guy walks
I don't mind
out.
old country. If you're talking Johnny Cash, you're talking
That's
Merle Haggard,
different.
you're talking
Yeah.
Willie. Yeah, it's different than this shit today. I can't get into this stuff today.
It's high five.
Yeah, Nick goes, it's
the
high
highest
five.
number of fidelities or whatever the fuck he said.
Which, incidentally, I watched High Fidelity recently, and it's not a
John
great movie.
Cusack?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's not a great movie, but the soundtrack is great.
Again, the soundtrack for this movie, holy shit.
It's a good soundtrack.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
What was it? Sister Christian. That's that scene. I was singing along to it. Normally Nick hates that, but that was a good one. It was.
And now you will never hear Sister Christian again without thinking of that scene.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Alfred Molina was like delightful in that scene. He
Yeah.
was so good.
He's fucking perfect.
And then what was the
He's
song
like-
that came?
Jesse's Girl.
Jesse's
Yeah.
Girl. I wish I could have Yeah,
he's
no,
like,
it was a good.
The way he's dancing and shit. Like, I want to be him. I want to be Rashad or whatever the fuck his name was.
How do you get to that point where you're having that much fun in your house by yourself with some Chinese guy named Cosmo?
Some Chinese guy setting off firecrackers. You're fucking playing Russian roulette in front of people you don't even know.
With your robe open,
Yeah,
your
your
tidy
robe's open.
whities, just fucking going for it.
Yeah, it's like when Todd first is like shows the gun, he's gonna shoot people and shit, and then like they fire the gun, and then the way he just scurries and scuttles into his room, and
Yes!
he comes out with a shotgun.
I knew that was going to happen too, by the way. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, he's coming out with a shotgun, and he did. He put Thomas Jane right in the stomach.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and you would think like once Thomas Jane was down, like once Todd Parker was down, he'd be like, all right, like these guys clearly were not in on it. He doesn't give a fuck.
Nope. He's like,
he just starts
"Get it."
shooting at them.
Chases him out into the
Come
car.
here, you puppies.
the car. Yeah, that was good. And then that's what made me like Jack even more though, is when Dirk is like down and out. He's lost. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know what to do. He can't go home. His poor oh my God, another thing. His poor dad. Just watching his dad just sit there defeated with the monster woman that he married. When she's like screaming at him and Dirk in the room, and the dad's just sitting in his bedroom like.
That's basically how I acted when Mary Beth was screaming at Sage about that Splendid and the salt. I just sat there. I was like, it'll be over soon. Don't worry, Sage.
Meanwhile, Sage is like, I'm so sorry, it wasn't me.
Oh, this would be too tough to answer, I think. What is a movie Bryan hasn't seen that Zia would recommend?
Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
I did see Lord of the Rings. Oh, I know what she would recommend, that fucking Harry Potter corniness. That
Harry Potter.
No, Zia. Yeah.
I recommend the books over the movies more than for Harry Potter. I like the movies good because I like grew up on them just fine, but you can't. They suck compared to the books.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Lord of the Rings, at least. Yeah, they changed some stuff. Like they switched out Arwen for Glorfindel in the first one, and like they didn't put Tom Bombadil in. So like I have my problems with it.
Oh, that does sound like a problem. I wouldn't put up with it.
But for the most part, it was like a pretty faithful adaptation. So I really liked it. But I'm trying to think. Oh, you know what movie I really like? That it was one of Nick's favorite movies, and when I met him, he was like, "Oh, you actually like this movie?" It was like it was a big plus. But Eurotrip. Have you ever seen Eurotrip?
Seen Eurotrip.
Okay, all right, that's a good one.
Yeah. Scotty doesn't know, right?
Scotty
Isn't it?
doesn't know that Fiona and me.
Oh yeah.
That's an awesome one. Let's see what else. That is a tough one. You probably seen everything.
I've seen a lot of shit. Yeah.
Layer Cake.
Layer
is a
Cake
good
I've seen.
movie.
Yeah.
Mostly no one's seen that.
Yeah, I've seen Layer Cake.
Nick made me watch it.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, I've seen. I mean, that's all we did. Like I worked at a video store. It's all we did
Right.
was watch movies
You
all
had to see
day.
everything.
And then when we weren't at the video store, like we would close the video store because nobody was coming in the middle of the day. Go
Right.
over to the convenience store and watch movies there together.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know?
That does sound like fun. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, it's
You
not
would
bad.
recommend Clerks to Bryan. We have a Clerks poster over there. What about, have you seen this movie? This is a weird movie that I've always loved, and I don't know why. It's such a messed up movie, but it's so good. White Oleander.
I don't think I've seen that. No.
Okay.
White Oleander.
White Oleander. It's this Michelle Pfeiffer is in it, and she like poisons her boyfriend, and then her daughter is this girl Astrid, and she just ends up in the foster care system.
Okay.
And it's just like her going from weird family to weird family. It's like it's a really weird movie, but I've always really liked it.
All right. I'll recommend one to you.
Okay.
You ever see a Serbian film?
Oh my! I'm aware of what it is, but no, I've not seen
Okay.
it. This has come up quite a few times. I have a list of movies that I'm working to get through, and people are always like, "Watch a Serbian film." Have you actually seen it?
Yes, I've seen it. It's
bad, huh?
yeah, it's not for everyone.
Yeah, I've heard terrible things.
Definitely.
That's why Oleander.
Okay, people are getting in the chat. They're getting feisty.
They're getting feisty.
Yeah,
What's going
look at
on?
'em.
Vulgar. Everybody's freaking out.
John Aristotle. I gotta if I'm gonna be completely transparent. I have never seen Clerks 3.
I still haven't seen it either.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
I gotta watch that.
We tried to watch it, but for some reason, it's not even worth telling you my tech problems with my TVs. So I'll just say that. It was just it was a problem.
You should definitely, if you need help, Nick is really good with that kind of stuff.
Yeah?
Yep. He's like that.
Technical director for many years at many places.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's true, Ron Fez and all that
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
That's Nick's thing. Like all the time if something happens, I'm like, Nick, I don't know how to do this. But he's really good with like hardware stuff. Like that's his shit. Oh,
Yeah.
it's not?
No, it's fucking Amazon. I mean, again, I'll be completely transparent. Yeah, like I have an Amazon account, like the Amazon Prime, so like we watch it in bed, like in the bedroom.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that downstairs room with the bigger TV, if I put my information in, it says that like my PIN code is wrong, and like I Googled it, and it seems it's a whole thing.
Weird.
It's like a whole thing. So.
Weird. I'm getting in trouble for that I haven't seen Pulp Fiction yet. They know it's next.
Pulp Fiction is really good. I mean, there are a few movies of his that aren't worth seeing. Like they're mostly all pretty good.
Yeah, even ones that people didn't like that much. Like what was the one that he did recently? I enjoyed it. The one with oh my god, it was just in theaters recently with Brad Pitt.
Oh, Once Upon a
Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I liked it.
We went to see it theatrically. It was like 3 hours, and I'm like, God damn it, that sucked. But then when I went home and I watched it on TV, same thing with The Irishman. Like the first time I watched The Irishman, I'm like, this is too long. But then you go back and rewatch it like in parts, and I'm like, it's actually pretty good.
I like The Irishman too. Yeah, that was another one. But I also watched that at home. I feel like those kinds of movies, it's better to watch at home.
Yeah, we were gonna go see John Wick 4, and then it was like 3 hours. I was like, I gotta watch it at home.
John Wick is good though.
Yeah.
The fourth one is good. I liked all of the John Wicks. I rewatched them until
It's the weakest one.
it is the weakest one, but I still liked it.
Old nerdy, I know he's a regular, old nerdy, but are you fucking crazy?
So Old Nerdy, I thought of you because he told me he liked Boogie Nights better than Pulp Fiction, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's gonna come up because Old Nerdy likes Pulp Fiction way better than Boogie Nights, even though he loves Boogie Nights.
Right.
But he still thinks Pulp
like I
Fiction's,
told you,
perfect.
there's a scene in Pulp Fiction, and this is like I didn't find there to be any slow moments in Boogie Nights, whereas Pulp Fiction, there is one. And Old Nerdy, you can't deny this. The conversation between Butch and the taxi driver could have totally went on the floor, and nobody would have cared. How do you respond, Old Nerdy?
Old Nerdy got to get in on the debate. Blue Star wants to know, did you like the portrayal of the 70s in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
It was okay. Yeah, it was pretty decent.
It was in a
you know why I
different
love
way.
the 70s? Because there's no bras. People don't care about see-through shirts. And that's why,
Yeah.
like, when Mary Beth and I first started going together, I banned bras except in, like, formal situations. If you, like a funeral, say. She's allowed to
Right,
wear
you
a
can
bra
wear a
to a
bra at a
funeral.
funeral.
Because her bra's black, so that
Right,
would work.
right. I love the way that you say going together, by the way. When we first started going together. I don't know if I've ever heard that.
When we first paired up.
When we first became one.
Yeah.
Old Nerdy said true.
So yeah, I liked it. I thought it was pretty good, and I liked all them like the Manson stuff.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Manson stuff was pretty good. They actually said that going back to that 4 on the floor, the Wonderland murders. The cops said that was a bloodier scene than the LaBianca Tate murders that the Manson family
Really?
committed. Yeah, and they carved a fucking pregnant lady. Or no, that was Abigail Folger. That was a different series. That was a different murder. Sorry. I'm getting old, Zia. I forget things.
But still, you know a lot about murders.
Pre-senile dementia.
And it's still awesome.
If I
Now
start
you make me wanna
groping you,
watch
I
it.
probably just think you're my wife. Don't
Me Too you?
No,
Guys,
don't victim blame me. I'm a victim of pre-senile dementia.
He says, I don't remember that part, but the rest of the movie is perfect.
Yes, I agree, old nerdy. I agree. You see, you hardly remember the scene because it didn't belong in the fucking movie. Yeah.
He also said that there was a part where Quentin Tarantino acted and it wasn't good, and he was like,
"Oh yeah," and he
called him
keeps
an
using the
overacting
N-word
fool.
over and over again. Quentin is not a good actor.
No.
Like he just likes to act, I think, but he's really not good.
Yeah, but I guess if you make such good movies, you can put yourself in whatever you want.
From Dusk Till Dawn, he was like a
Love that
goofy,
movie.
crazy guy,
Yeah.
so he wasn't so bad in
That
that.
actually worked okay in that. Yeah, for sure. I've seen a fair amount of Quentin movies, but there are still a lot that I haven't seen. What was it, Death Proof? Or
Death Proof, I
always
did
loved
not
that movie.
like. Really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I watched it when I was like 14 though, but I loved it then. I
know
haven't
what?
seen it since.
I went to the premiere of Death Proof, the Grindhouse movie. So Death Proof
Yeah.
and Planet Terror, or whatever it was called. So it was like 4 hours, 4.5 hours, 5 hours almost.
That's a long
when those
time.
guys were talking. So like Planet Terror was first, and I loved it. And then it's like 3 hours into the night. It's like, now we're gonna start Death Proof, and you got Quentin going around and around, and then the lady, that Australian stunt lady who cannot act. She was also in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah.
She's just not good at. She's not a good actress.
Death Proof.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one.
Sharon Tate was pregnant. Oh, was it Sharon Tate?
Sharon
yes,
Tate was
yes.
pregnant,
Sharon Tate was
yeah.
pregnant. You're right. So they did carve the pregnant lady. Abigail Folger was later. Can you imagine? Like, for some reason, I feel like if you're like these sub guys, these guys in the submarine, I'm like, if you're that rich, it seems all the more tragic that you die.
Right? You had all that money. You could have lived a good life.
Yeah.
You could have done something with your life, not like us poors,
Yeah.
where you're sitting there wondering where your next meal's going to come from. All right, it's not that bad. I'm exaggerating. But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Mary Beth goes, super chats are good.
This backhand, he's onto it with the movies. He loves Dusk Till Dawn. Death Proof was bad. Planet Terror was awesome.
It's funny. Backhand and I mostly agree on everything too, except for here's one movie that I watched that I hated. I haven't seen the second one yet, but the first one I was like, "What the hell is this?" And he loves this movie. This is like the one we don't see eye to eye on, which is really funny. But have you seen Terrifier?
Yes, yes.
Did you like the first one?
Terrifier, the first one, I was like, it was okay. We liked it. The second one, though, I was like, why is this so long? What
so
the
it's
fuck?
long.
This is a horror movie.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I think even the director was like, if he was going to do it again, he would have cut it into 2 different movies.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That you don't have unless it's like The Shining, you do not have 2 hour, 15-minute horror movies. It's too long.
No. And
Yeah.
The Shining is one of the few that you can do that with. I actually rewatched The Shining recently. It's such a good movie. But yeah, Terrifier, the first one, I did not like it. I thought the only good thing about it was Art the Clown. I was like, he is an excellent villain or whatever you call it. But the rest of the movie, I was like, it's almost made me laugh how bad it was. And the pacing was weird. Like, it was just, I'm going to watch the second one. But I hated the first one.
I want to hang out with Jim Grindle. Tarantino needs to make his 10th and final movie just be Samuel L. Jackson and Walter Goggins in one room talking for 4.5 hours. I'd watch it. I'd watch it. Yeah.
I like Walton Goggins. He's great.
He's so underrated. Like,
he is.
It's just like, why is he not on the tip of America's tongue?
It's because he's such a character actor. I feel like he never gets into anything mainstream enough for people to really, like, you're like, oh yeah, that's that guy from that thing. But everything that he's in is really good. Like, are you watching The Righteous Gemstones?
We've watched it. But the new season we have not watched though.
We
waiting
just
until
started
we're
it.
waiting. Is everything out?
I think it's just, 1 or 2 episodes?
A few episodes.
Yeah,
It's like
we
a few
usually
episodes
watch
are
so
out.
we can sit there and binge for 5
Yeah,
hours and
yeah.
eat food like slobs.
That's the best. He is so good in that show.
He's good in that. I mean, he's good in Sons of Anarchy. He's good in what was it? Vice Principals. He's great
Principals,
in.
yeah.
He's great in Justified. Like he's great in everything. He's never bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is an excellent actor. He needs to be in more stuff. 90-minute horror is too much sometimes. Yeah.
All right, me and Jim Grindle are going to hang out, it's looking like.
Jim Grindle wants to hang out with
I
Bryan.
might actually invite
friend.
Backhand along as well because.
Backhand is cool as hell.
Yeah.
He's super Australian. I heard his voice for the first time the other day.
Oh no! Now he's telling me that Samuel L. Jackson has drank the woke juice. I can't stand the woke juice. Howard Stern,
Keeps getting everybody. It ruins everything.
big old glass of woke juice.
It makes anything that's fun not fun anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
More joy juice. Mary Beth said more joy juice.
Yeah.
My favorite genre, I like fantasy and science fiction, but I also like horror a lot.
Yes, BS Jet, I believe he was. Goggins was the young cop.
Oh, House of the Thousand Corpses. I watched that.
I just got the new 20th anniversary. Like this is how you measure shit. Yeah, like Boogie Nights. I'm like, it was over 25 years ago. I'm like, I'm so old.
Holy crap. It's
Like,
only going to get worse.
But like I remember going to see who Woke Juice. Ant won't drink racist. I think DQ does not like
Ant?
yeah.
It's very possible.
Yeah, there's many yeah, there's many
He's not the only one.
no.
Oh my God. Ant
doesn't help himself. I like Anthony, but Ant does not help himself, man.
Some of the stuff.
Jesus.
Did I tell you about what happened when he got wasted? I feel like, I don't know if this, I mean, it's out there. People have heard it. Anthony got so drunk on the radio show, and I was going in to guest host Wet Spot for Chrissy because she was on her honeymoon. And me and Amy was coming in with me, and we got stuck in traffic going in. And Anthony ended up going with his show like an hour and a half over. Him and Gino were like drunk, like falling over, hammered. And he wouldn't stop talking about my boobs. And so
Anthony?
Yeah. So Eric texted me and was like, can you come in? I was like, we're still on the other side of the Lincoln Tunnel. We haven't made it in yet. He's like, can you call in then? So I call in, and Anthony... Oh man, see, maybe I shouldn't tell this story now that I'm halfway into it. I'm like, but he goes, Xia, can I just tell you, so drunk, I'm so happy that you've never dated a black guy. I was like, oh my God, Anthony. I don't want to tell him that I have dated a black guy. This was high school. We kissed.
He'll disown you.
And held hands once, but I was like, oh boy, Anthony.
From cutting the clips I've been cutting, he's been saying worse, so don't worry about it.
Nick says from cutting the clips I've been cutting, because Nick is the clip guy for Anthony's show. He said he's been saying worse, so don't worry about it. I was like, should I tell this?
He's been saying like almost every day, like, oh, they always gotta date the black guy. It's important. Gotta be with the black guy.
Okay, yeah. So apparently he's been going on and on about it. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Ant is lovely to us, but he does not help himself.
No, not at all. Not at all. Hey, should we give a shout out to E-Rock?
Shout out to E-Rock.
Yeah,
send him a picture.
He has to be. Well, we'll send him a picture.
We'll
later
send him a
on.
picture.
Yeah. If you know E-Rock, we enjoy Mary Beth, Xia, and Nick. We like taking pictures when we're together and sending them to E-Rock to know that he's been excluded from a good time.
We're like, hey, we're all hanging out here having fun.
Yeah.
Have fun doing what you're doing, loser.
He's home in his basement staring at his Simpsons pops. You're my friend. You'll always be my friends.
You'll never leave me.
You can't leave me.
Yeah, we gotta send shout out to Eric. We both used to do shows with him and no longer do.
No. You think his life is a little less full
now that we've left?
Now that we've left it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a Bryan and a Xia shaped hole in his
I think
his
so.
life now.
Yeah.
This is why Nick is a good comedy producer.
Oh. Let's see that. He's gonna throw it up there.
Yep, yes he is. But did she date that guy from The Matrix? Ravenclaw, don't start it.
He's with you now.
Look
There
at
he
that.
goes.
Eric is with
Oh,
us.
hey, what's up, E-Rock?
Oh, hi, Eric.
And you know what? He would be looking at you. He would be looking. He would be looking at me with that face, but he would be looking at you for sure.
Maybe.
You've
got that majestic beard, Bryan.
I do, but I
all
feel like E-Rock would be a little bit more attracted to you.
Is he more interested in boobs than beards? I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. He's E-Rock for Christ's sakes. Fucking Mac Daddy. Yeah.
Oh boy.
So how long have we been talking?
I don't know.
Like it really did get off track from Boogie Nights.
We did. An hour 20.
Oh, wow.
Wow. But we talked a lot about Boogie Nights.
We did.
I feel like we covered everything in the movie. Was there anything else I feel like we missed?
I don't know. Did we miss anything? Well, I mean, there's the yeah, shout out to Fresca.
Yes.
We tried to get Fresca from ShopRite today. No go.
They didn't have any?
No.
Wow.
Fresca's like, it's one of those things. It's like once it gets out there on the shelves, people see it. They're like, I'm going to buy it. And it was four 12 packs for $20.
Oh,
That's a sweet deal.
That's super cheap. I was telling Nick.
We could go to Amazon. All right.
Oh, there you go. You can just get it shipped.
You got to go cans though. You can't go bottles.
No, you got to go
flat
cans.
too fast.
Cans are better.
Although I did give what's that soda thing that like puts bubbles into your soda? The Soda Stream. I got Mary Beth wanted one of them so desperately. I got it for her for like first. Well, actually, I think I got you a vibrator for first Christmas, and then the second Christmas I got her a Soda Stream.
Yeah.
Never used it once. Not even out of the box. Soda same. Yeah. What?
Oh, sent her one. Never touched it.
Yeah.
It's just too much work to.
Me.
Yeah, it's too much work. You gotta learn how to use it, and it's like a whole thing when you could just buy them and they're already
I want
there.
a crock pot. I want a crock pot. Gets a crock pot. Never touches it.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. I have ADHD, and I just found out recently that's part of it. Is like you get obsessed with this one thing, and then it passes, and then you're not.
A $500 pressure washer in our driveway now.
Is that? Oh, it's not $500. I got real into pressure washing. I had like a lower model, actually the second lowest model in the line. If I'm gonna be, serious about this power washing deal, like I got to get a bigger machine. And it was only like I only noticed later on that because I thought I got top of the line, but then it turns out there's one that's like even higher. But it was $320 more. It was basically twice the price of the one I got. Yeah, I was like, I couldn't justify that, so I got a juicer instead.
And to be fair, he is using it because when we were setting this up, like a couple of texts into it, he's sending me pictures of his pressure washed driveway.
People do care. She was like, it looks amazing.
No, I actually really was. That's what happens when you become a homeowner, though. Ravenclaw, thank you for the super chat. He says, Happy Friday. I'm so horrible. What, for saying Happy Friday? You're lovely. Shut your beautiful face, Ravenclaw.
I like that show. Old Nerdy, Boobs and Beards.
That actually, if we ever started a show, Boobs and Beards.
Right. What would we
There
talk
it is.
about though? We got to. We got to think of something to talk about.
Of a concept. I don't know. We bullshitted a lot on this one, though.
Yeah. I like talking to you, and you're good talking by yourself. I told you this before that like when I do watch your reviews, I'm like I couldn't do that. I couldn't sit there and just talk by myself. I need somebody to bounce shit up, preferably two people, preferably people I've known for 40 years.
Well, that is why you guys are doing so well. I'd say it's definitely working for you.
Yeah.
But thank you. That actually means a lot coming from you.
Yeah, I think you're really good at it.
Thank you. Wow. I feel like sometimes but I bounce off chat a lot too. Like I definitely, because I've been streaming on Twitch for so long. But there are some people that like one of the streamers that Nick and I watch a lot, who I've actually become friends with, Vinny. He's a super nice guy. But he streams for like, 3 to 4 hours. And he'll glance at chat sometimes, like he'll look at it, but he has like 12,000 people watching. So he can't read chat. Yeah.
Do we not have
just
12,000?
No.
Shit.
Brian's like, that's the only reason I just fucking agreed to come on. I
thought we were gonna have 12,000 people.
The hell is this shit? But yeah, he just talks for, casually in conversation. He'll talk about all kinds of stuff. And he's so good at it. Like it's like a radio show, but he's by himself. It's impressive.
All right. We're going to have to think of a concept. Boobs and beards.
Boobs and beards.
And then our sign-off, we can't do that. All right. Our sign-off will be like, you do this, like you pretend you're waving your beard, and I'll do the boob jiggle.
Yeah.
That way YouTube can't say shit.
We'll get you a coconut bra for one of the episodes.
All right.
This will be
All
fun.
right.
This will be fun.
Going directly from Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll tell my sister. Well, she's in jail. I've got aunts and uncles.
Do they sell coconut bras in the commissary?
They might. Right next to the ramen. There she is.
Oh,
There's my little sis. Oh, she hasn't
She's
called me
all
in a
right.
while. Yeah, she's a good egg.
You hung up on her.
She called me, and you have to press 0 to accept the call when it's from a jail. They're
Right.
like, this is from the fucking whatever penitentiary. And you have to hit 0, but the 0 button is right above the hang up button. And I accidentally hung up on her. And then and then downstairs Nick just hears, no! And he's like, what happened? What happened? He thought it was something real. I was like, I hung up on my sister. She didn't call me back again afterwards.
She didn't call you back?
No. Fuck. Oh, well.
She's having a moment where she could do drugs and she needed to talk to someone.
Oh.
You just, nope.
Shut up, Nick. Nick is saying she had a moment where she was going to do drugs and she needed someone to
Come
keep
to
her
Jesus
strong.
moment, and then you're like, click.
Just kidding. Sorry, CZ. Good luck. All right, this was a fun one. Thank you for coming to do this.
Yeah, it was really fun. Mary Beth will testify that usually I agree to stuff, and then on the way there, I'm like, why the fuck did I say I would do this? Why did I sit? And I've even said that with Chip because like it's so stressful getting into the city. I love
sucks.
Chip once I'm there.
Yeah.
Once I'm sitting in that seat in Gas Digital, I'm okay. But fucking getting there, I'm screaming, I'm hooting, I'm hating everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
It sucks.
But I didn't do that this time. I was actually really looking forward to it.
I feel so special.
So
That's
yeah.
so nice.
And thanks for having me.
Yeah,
I appreciate
thank you for coming. I was excited when you said you want to do it. I was like, really? I ran downstairs. I was like, Nick, guess what? He actually wants to come. I guess, I mean, I'm sure there's not a lot of people that you can plug to, but I don't know how many people are watching, but yeah, do the plugs.
I feel like anybody who would listen to Tell 'em Steve Dave already listens. I don't know. I don't think we're minting a lot of new listeners, and I don't know. Like, none of us are pretty, you know. Like, well, Q's kind of pretty, but me and Walt, not so much.
I don't know. You got a pretty beard. Walt is crank. I love Walt because he's so cranky.
He's such a curmudgeon, isn't he?
He's such a curmudgeon.
Yeah,
I
he's
love
the
it
best.
so much. And then Q is pretty in a Rosie O'Donnell kind of way. I love when people make fun of him for looking like Rosie O'Donnell. He's always like, God damn it. That always makes me laugh.
Thanks, backhand. On Twitter, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? At Tell 'em Steve Dave, and then my Instagram is at Tell 'em Ants, ANTS.
And then also follow Mary Beth at
Follow
Mary Beth Rosie.
At Mary Beth Rosie.
MARIBETH.
Yeah, but she hasn't. She was talking about maybe starting a sexy Instagram, outside of her her regular Instagram.
Do it. I'll help you take pictures.
Some see-through 70s style.
Hell yes.
All right.
I can see that looking like you could pull that off really, really well.
Bobby clothing.
All right, there it is.
Oh yeah,
It's
she's got
happening.
lots of see-through things.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. Brian's like, nope, I threw out all your bras and here's a bunch of see-through shirts. Have fun. So yeah, guys, go do that. Go follow Bryan and check out Tell 'em Steve Dave because it really is a freaking awesome podcast. We listen to it.
Thank you.
Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're not, leave us a comment because that always helps me out. Thank you guys for coming to watch. And thank you for everybody who chatted and super chatted. You guys have all been awesome. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys on Sunday for the snack stream.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to do my beard.